Hello everyone and welcome back to my playthrough of The Outer Worlds. Last time we pretty much tried to finish up the side quest for the Emerald Vale. Basically turning in the bounties, well, completing and turning in the bounties, taking care of that robot revolution, that one single robot that guy asked us to destroy. And he showed us where he told us where his hidden weapon was. It was a mod. What else did we do? We tried to finish off the IOUs or the grave digging, and a few other things. Oh, and the vicar. We turned in the book to the vicar, and he agreed for some reason to, go on with us on our journey to take down the corporations for some reason. Wouldn't be my first choice in another partner, but whatevs. Okay, so we had found out last time that we're missing a body because we were going to collect the gold teeth from one of them. And we still need to talk to, I forget his name. What was his name? It was like Tobbins or something like that. Reed. It was Reed something. Anyway, Reed. We need to talk to Reed. Stranger in a strange land. Right, once we talk to him, we'll be able to get the power converter that we need, or the power supply, whatever. So let's mark this as our... Okay. Did he not give us the quest?
Something I can do for you?
About those fees you wanted...
You run into any trouble?
Oh, I'm all done. Paperwork, fees, and signatures.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
I went out of my way for you.
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
I was hoping for something more tangible.
Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
I guess maybe we already picked it up somewhere? Abernathy was trying to hide his own illness.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
Yeah, isn't that why you wanted me to collect his fees?
I needed his fees because of his name. A, for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Okay. I thought we were gonna have to go somewhere to figure this shit out, but I guess not. So comes the power. No, so we need to find the last book, which is over there. In the power plant, right. It was in the lower areas. Pretty sure I looted everyone here. I did. Relax, Parvati. It's okay. Pretty sure I'll need to go down. This way was down, wasn't it? Nope, that was the bathroom. Guess I didn't loot everybody. Is it down there? Yeah. And we can maybe talk to this guy and be like, hey, you're free now, because I destroyed all the robots. All the robots are dead.
What's eating you?
Never mind. Oh, you bastard, you had the book here the whole time. Alright. Now, let's port back to town. I cannot fast travel from this location. I need to be outside, I guess. Okay, so we need to go to the farm. Or the botanical lab, whatever. And talk to these guys. Well, I had to talk to Reed before I talked to Grace, right?
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Found all of them, buddy. Today's your lucky day. I got one of those data pads you wanted. I got all of them.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
I have to do it one by one. Part 1, found in the community center archives.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
Oh, yeah? Hold on, I got one more for you.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Part 2, found it in the cannery.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
Hold on, I got more.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
The elusive Part 3. Someone stashed it away inside the old geothermal plant.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals.
It was.
That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen.
Okay.
Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Electrocharged surface. Alright. You won't survive without power. Time to go back to
I've been
Edgewater.
thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here.
I think you said this already.
Sick thinking of...
So don't work at the cannery. You wanted to be an engineer.
You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her.
Yeah, Grace said the same thing about Adelaide.
Adelaide hates Edgewater, hates everything Edgewater stands for, hates what that town does to people, what it did to her. We're the nearest she's got to kin. We go back to Edgewater, we may as well have stuck a knife in her heart.
Stay put. I'm going to try and talk to Reed.
You know where to find me.
No, I'm not going to say leave Adelaide behind. Alright, so let's go back to Edgewater. What else did we have to do? It's just that. Just comes down to power.
Cannery's been running at full capacity all day.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
Nope. Salt tuna. Alright, Reed. You better be happy for what I did for you. Thompson, that was his name.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
I spoke to Adelaide. She won't come back so long as you're here.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town.
Your town's a mess, Reed. Actually, you let Adelaide's son die.
Her son got sick with plague a couple years back. Company never gave us enough medication to treat the whole town. So I had to choose, you see. Adelaide's child or someone else's. She's never forgiven me. I don't expect she ever will.
It's not your place to make that decision.
But I did. I made the decision. I am responsible for it. And I must shoulder the burden. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer. But it is my home.
Adelaide's people aren't getting sick with plague.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
Have you people ever eaten an actual vegetable?
The very notion is just grotesque. A raw vegetable? Why don't you just ask me to go chew the bark off of a tree? We are a Spacer's Choice saltuna cannery. We eat saltuna here, and only saltuna.
I'm pretty sure it's your food that's making you sick. You need Adelaide's garden.
I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse.
Adelaide's found a way to grow food. She'll come back if you step down.
You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
See, if I say she's growing fertilizer with human corpses, he's probably going to bring up something like she doesn't own them, like Spacer's Choice owns them, which means she's got to pay or something like that. He's going to get all technical. I know he is. Like, I don't know, but I know. You know what I mean? She's growing her crops with a special fertilizer. I'm just going to leave it vague.
And when you say special
Oh,
fertilizer,
fuck.
you mean what exactly?
Corpses, mostly human.
Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery.
I'm surprised. I was not expecting this. This town needs Adelaide. She won't come back so long as you're here.
So Adelaide wants me gone. Trade my life for the life of the town. You understand what she's doing. If I leave town, I am as good as dead. If I stay, Edgewater will die of attrition. Adelaide has discovered some secret cure for the plague, and she is holding my town ransom.
This town could use all the help it can get.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
This can't be easy for you.
I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
I know we've been trying to get him to leave, but I'm going to say you don't have to do this.
I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend a crop. She's what this town needs.
So what are your plans?
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
You won't last a day outside the walls, you know.
I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week.
Okay, now I feel bad. I didn't expect him to, like, be exiled. Let's see if we can go talk some sense into Adelaide. Because, like, when we were talking about, you know, he has to step down, I was expecting, like, you know, move to another planet or another colony or, I don't know, retire or something. I didn't expect exile. I don't know. Because Reed doesn't seem like a bad guy. He just seems like a corporate man, which, yeah, a lot of people would say is very... corporate is evil, right? But, I mean, people are people. Yeah, let's go talk to Adelaide first before we talk to these guys.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
I talked Reed into leaving. Come back to Edgewater.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Edgewater's better off with you running the place.
You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Take care. I guess we couldn't convince her of anything. All right.
Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all.
Adelaide tells me she's moving back to Edgewater.
Adelaide said that? Was she sober at the time? I never imagined she'd step foot in Edgewater long as Reed ran the town. Something must have changed in Edgewater. Adelaide's good as family. If she's going back, so are we.
All right, cool. Grace.
Never liked Reed much.
Can't say I'm sorry he's gone.
I'll leave you be. All right, so stranger in a strange land. So yeah, you should be able to salvage your power regulator, which is where exactly? Down there. Okay. Let's head back to the Unreliable, which is over there. I guess we're done with this planet now.
your ship?
Jeez.
Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
I mean, now that Thomas is learning to be a mechanic, why not join? I can understand not wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy in Edgewater.
Oh, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Parvati, I would be glad to have you along. Pick a cabin and it's just yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
I said it before, like, Parvati, she's just so endearing. You gotta love her. You don't want to go back to town and pick up stuff?
That was a good thing you did, Captain. Helping to bring the deserters and Edgewater folks back together. I hope you rest well on that.
You mentioned something earlier that I wanted to ask you about.
In the bar? When I asked if you were a drinker?
You sounded worried.
Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I'm gonna guess you're not a drinker yourself.
Strong drink makes me sick. And it makes me real sad. I start thinking about things I oughtn't, and then... Well, never mind that. You got better things to think on. Sorry.
You know what? I'm exactly the same way. Whenever I drink, I actually self-reflect. I'm in my head a lot. Like, I know a lot of my friends, when we go to, like, bars or something, I'll go quiet. They'll be like, "Are you alright?" And be like, "Yeah, I'm good. Just thinking." And I really shouldn't. Not when I'm drunk. If you want to talk about it, I'm happy to listen.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
Alright. We'll come back to it later. There was another thing I wanted to look at, actually. Reputation. It said the board decreased. The Halcyon Holdings Board of Directors is a group of CEOs from each of Halcyon's founding companies. Under the leadership of Chairman Rockwell, the CEO of Universal Defense Logistics, the board institutes policy and law throughout the Halcyon colony. You are neutral to this faction. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's do this.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't see that. Welcome aboard the Reliable, but it's unreliable. That's so funny. I can't talk to you. You know, I don't want to talk to you.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
Thank you.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
No. Actually, I do. Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Alright. Across the cargo bay and up the ladders. Whoa. I know it's probably not the same at all, but I don't know why. I just got a mental image of the Serenity from Firefly. If you guys have never watched Firefly, you really should. It's only one season and one movie, so not a lot of your time, but damn, is it a fantastic show. That's cool. Alright, let's head back to Ada. Ada!
What can I do for you, Captain?
I've installed the power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters.
Cool.
I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Sounds good. Let's get out of here. Actually, hold on. I need to take care of something. Let's take a quick look around before we take off. I doubt we'll be able to do much. Yeah, it's sealed. But I haven't taken a good look at the ship yet. That's sealed. Oh wow, this place is bigger than I thought it would be. Okay, everything's sealed. Let's just... We'll do this later.
Welcome back, Captain. All systems are now...
Alright, let's get out of here. Has oars? That's so weird. Ooh, nice. Against all odds, the unreliable takes
We
flight.
have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Good, I've been waiting to hear from him.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I've been feeling a little lightheaded. And also I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent.
Good,
I wouldn't
I
worry
hope.
about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
I'm sure.
What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Alright, slow down. You're asking me to get involved with the black market?
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
Why do I need a nav key to land on a planet?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly.
Okay, why can't I land somewhere outside Stellar Bay?
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Culkelly.
Okay, what's stopping me from just leaving Halcyon altogether?
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together.
All right.
None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place. And we can start by reviving the hope.
Okay, I'm sold. Fine.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
You want to explain what a holographic shroud is?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
People will actually fall for this? Seems far-fetched.
Ha 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 ha! The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act odd. They won't focus on you.
Okay, and you mentioned this thing has limitations?
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely.
Huh.
Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
I get it. All right, why do I need the gadget for this? Couldn't I just steal a uniform or something?
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise?
Happens.
The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
So it masks fingerprints? That's crazy. How the hell does a hologram sweeten your breath? That's your takeaway from this.
Science, that's how.
Of course. I'll put it to good use.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab.
I can go to your
And
lab?
remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. Just over there. All right, now can we take a look around?
Caution. Unexpected turbulence may cause loose containers to topple from the upper shelves. If you are crushed to death, I'll need to find a new captain.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
Kind of is. It's time we move along. Wow. What do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
That's the ship's computer. It's not intelligent, but it does a good imitation.
So you're gonna call her it, not she?
Though my voice is currently pitched to suggest female, I possess no gender. Any pronoun preferred by the user is acceptable.
Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
Ada, Parvati will be fixing you from now on, so I'll expect your full cooperation.
I am at your disposal, Ms. Parvati. You will find the technical schematics in the engineer's locker, though I'm afraid Captain Hawthorne has lost the owner's manual.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Oh, I could so go for a grilled cheese sandwich right now. Did you learn your trade from your father? It sounded like it when you talked to Reed.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
Why? I don't see the humor.
He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
Why would people be unhappy about you getting a maintenance job?
Because they were hoping their own kid would get the job and get sent back to Edgewater. When folk go away for schooling, they don't get back to where they begun. Not usually. You go straight to your first job, wherever the company's got an opening.
You don't have any say in it at all?
I reckon you could say, no thanks, I don't want a job. But then you don't got a job.
But you're actually good at this and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
After school, you moved straight back to Edgewater?
Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug.
Aw.
I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
You got much time with him after you got back from school?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Alright, break time's over. Good talking to you. Sawed-off shotgun. Let's use the workbench. Let's upgrade our stuff. I do really like this hunting rifle. Wow, we got a lot of bits. I wonder if there's a cap to the amount of upgrades you can do. The amount of tinkering. Yeah, let's do that. You know, maybe we should upgrade the shotgun too, because it does nothing. Or should we even bother? Well, this one's definitely more. 173. This is 319. This is much better. Why? So I don't get why I can't equip some, but I can equip others. Like, I can't even see it. So like it shows up here. But like, why can't I grab this? Or, sorry, not grab. Why can't I equip it? Is it maybe because of the level? This is level 3. This is level 7. But I'm level 7. Shouldn't I be able to equip it? So even this light pistol. So it's level 2. But I don't see it here. I don't know. I don't get it. Does Parvati have it, maybe? Maybe it is. Oh, this is... Ah, I see. So he's equipped it. I get it now. I get it. So he gets a perk. So... Boisterous or sneaky. And increase my hack skill when Max is in the party by 10. It's not bad. But I'd rather do that. Give him more health. Okay, so... Now that we've got that sorted out... So, I mean, his is level 7. Should be okay. Let's tinker with ours then. So if it does that much damage... 319 DPS... So ours is level 7, and it's 19 to 20. So 319. So his still does a lot more. But he's got the magnum and the magazine size as well. So let's modify. Let's see what we got. Install mod. So we have... So this is already installed. And we can add a scope. Gyro sight. Range weapon spread 20%. Sure, install. Okay. Nah, that's okay. What can we install on this one? So Mr. Ouch. Attack increases the damage dealt from a power attack, which I don't think we have. Change the damage type to plasma type. Let's upgrade this a little. Let's make everything level 8. There. Okay, and then breakdown. I don't think we'll be needing the shock stick, so we can break this down. And as for the bolter pistol, let's just keep that. Okay. We'll just leave the gun there for now, in case we'll need one afterwards. Ooh. Holographic shroud. So it projects a disguise on you and your companions. It gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. Good to know. Welcome, Captain. Messages for Alex Hawthorne. His unread messages. Nothing. From you, Buford? Or Bedford? Udum, or Udum, Wingman's Wingman Bedford, to Alex Wingman Hawthorne. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to mention my previous message. Silly me. I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't you go showing it around to your spacer buddies. Hope it'll amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Wink, wink. Okay, let's see the archive messages. Oh, we got a lot from Bedford. Maybe we start from the bottom as the oldest? A pleasure. Dear Alex, hello, Udom here. Udom Bedford. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship. My silly fat fingers embarrassing me once again. I hope that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me. And I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space, please don't hesitate to look me up. The Lost Hope serves Spectrum vodka. Perhaps we could try every color. You know, really tie one on. Let me know. Your new friend, Udom. Checking in. Dear Alex, hello. Hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about the impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear. Dreadfully unreliable. Just like your ship. I hope you've given some thought to that thing we discussed. You know, about the Wells fellow. I'm so sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling you really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, it'll be marvelous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Looking forward to seeing you again, Wingman. Hello? Alex, I don't know where you were raised, but I'd hazard to guess it may have been a barn, because anyone with even a modicum of decent rearing would know it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere messages of one's friends. Best, Udom. P.S. Please respond. Dearest Alex, I can't... Yeah, this isn't the same one. I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humor and the tale of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comms network for tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad, and it said touchdown on the Wilderness. You rugged individualist, you. I only pray that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down there on Terra 2 proves fruitful, and look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. Ugh. Sent messages. At least sent one. No subject. Look, there's no call for shouting. My terminal was busted. Had a few too many, I might have knocked it off the desk. You know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut loose. I'm not telling you where Wells is, so lay off. Buy me a drink at the Lost Hope next time I'm in, and I might forgive you. So, Udom is basically like, oh, that guy. Meanwhile, Alex is like, fuck you. Alright, log entry 1, titled Shrink Ray. SW001, Shrink Ray. Note to self, remember this later. No, better. Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my point. I saw in actuality with my own two eyes a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells's lab, just sitting there for the taking. If the gray hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe. Or if I'd asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. He said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievement of other scientists who dared to push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumors of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge. but I figured they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to the rumors. More to be had. Okay. Hammer power. The last time I got sloshed. I mean, I was imbibing at the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udom was really free with the drinks. He seems like an okay fellow. I shamelessly, but subtly, eavesdropped on two Mardits yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who claimed he made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us have heard that one before. But here's the good part. The Mardit said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer's power or something similar. Strange weapon with a strange power created by a crazy lab coat? Sure fits the bill. It could be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. Black market leads. Why won't Wells just give me give the shrink ray to me? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Let the record show I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times. But, architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission, or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and that even if it were, he couldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I ask? That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hardworking folks of the colony like some sort of moralless psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he's misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I've been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to others of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check with the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker and in Fallbrook. Okay. I think that's all of them. Science weapons. Okay, so we got a new side quest. You know, let's see what sleep does. Sleep 8 hours, sure. Skill points available. Did I level? Well, I guess I did level. Let's put them in dialogue, all of them. I do like keeping it high. Okay, perks. So this will unlock the next one. When alone, walk speed, sprint speed, weapon and armor durability loss, companion crit chance, science weapon magazine size, +5 base armor rating, ammo stock. We still haven't really used the vendor, really. Carrying capacity, tactile time dilation, recharge rate, and unlock the ability to fast travel when encumbered. I mean, that's kind of useful. Okay, so the damage done when alone, I'm not going to do. I don't really care about the walk speed or the sprint speed. The armor and durability, weapon durability loss is maybe. Companion crit chance, maybe. This one I don't really care about. This one, maybe. This one, no. Maybe. Maybe, and maybe. So the time dilation recharge rate is pretty good, but I haven't really run into the problem of like... I'm not using it that much. I probably should. I think I'm going to go with the base armor rating. So I find that I'm dying more. I mean, especially given the fact that I'm wearing lighter armor now. So this might not be a bad thing. I mean, it's only 5, but it can make a big deal, right? So let's do that. So we'll look at these next time we level up. Oh, I can store stuff in here. Cool. Good to know. The hell are you? Sam. Ask Ada about the SAM unit. There's no response from the automechanical unit. A serial number etched in its chassis includes the letters SAM. Alright, leave it alone, I guess. Ooh, a model spaceship. Imagination not included. I'm guessing this is Parvati's room. Modern Steel Wrench in You. This book is heavily dog-eared with doodles in the margins. I'm just going to leave her stuff alone. Banged up toolbox. Full of modified tools with unique mechanical usages. Digging around here would be an easy way to lose a finger or to a sawtooth blade. Fair enough. Abigail. First wrench Dad ever gave me. She's been a friend ever since. Parvati. Aw. Was that her dad? Photo of Parvati's father. A stern, older man with warm eyes. Ah, hello, Vicar. What is that? OSI Anointment Vial. Smells suspiciously like iceberg-aged whiskey. The Art and Science of Tossball. Impossible to put down. Order of Scientific Inquiry. Office of Literature. This endorsement has been approved. Auto Cleo's Darlings. Anti-Cleo's Darlings. Signed by Seymour Whitlock, who held the record for most on-the-field fatalities for 3 consecutive seasons. Tossball trading cards, in mint condition. Most of these cards represent players from the Hephaestus Hammers and the Tile Backers. Oh my god, he's got heavy ammo just lying around. The Journal of Maximilian de Soto, Volume 1. Scribblings on these journals pages are utterly illegible to anyone except Vicar Maximilian de Soto. Doctrinal Studies 539 of Equity and Equations. These textbooks have been out of print for almost half a century. The margins are filled with scribbled notes, and many passages have been underlined. Some pages have come loose, the glue now yellowed and cracked along the spines. Let's chat, Vicar.
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing you, Captain?
Oh my god. Tell me again about the book we picked up that's in French.
Baconu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Remind me, what are your thoughts on the Philosophists?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the Philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
Watch, by the end of this game, he's going to be converted to a Philosophist. He's going to read more and more of the book, and he's going to be convinced of its philosophies. Any ideas where we can find someone who speaks French in this colony?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous Philosophist scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Baconu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Sounds like a good lead, but how do we find him?
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How is it that a simple vicar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular
Secular.
penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Okay, so how will a crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
I wanted to talk more.
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
I'd like to know something about those I'm flying with. What's your story?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic disposition?
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Were they not religious?
On the contrary, they internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
But weren't they proud when you became a vicar, at least?
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
So what's this plan you keep talking about?
The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
So if you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
Seems quite trusting of you to just sign on without knowing anything about me.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
What if the book doesn't have the answers you're looking for?
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
You know what? He's opened up to me. I'll open up to him. I was a colonist on the Hope. A scientist named Wells saved me. He's probably going to be like, what? Wells?
And how did he do that?
He stole my body from the Hope at the edge of the colony and thawed me out.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
I'm helping him recover more of the chemicals he needs to save the rest of the colonists.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
I had family on the Hope.
Oh, I see. You have my condolences.
Alright. I'll think it over. I guess there's more here. Let's talk more about this personal quest.
Of course. Are you ready to break into security on the Groundbreaker?
Not just yet. I mean, we're not even at the Groundbreaker yet. Old Saber, what doesn't kill you gives you tetanus. That's funny. So I guess we're gonna have 6 companions? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm guessing Sam makes the 6th?
All crew members, please be advised that perishables should not be left on the counter for more than 48 hours, unless you are hoping for an infestation of sprats.
Ah, the lav. And let's see what's down here. Oh, okay. This is just the upper area here. So what's this?
Want to be a brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died.
I see, so we get to respec if we want to. Choosing a respec refunds all your skill spent and perk points. Then you can spend them in a different way. The price of respec will increase each time you use the machine. No. I'm okay. I do not want to respec. Okay, I guess we've toured the ship. I'm forgetting that we could take fall damage and shit. Alright, let's ask about Sam.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Know anything about the automechanical gathering dust in the janitor's closet?
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it, but I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
I'm in the mood for some entertainment.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Tell me a joke.
2 atoms were strolling through Roseway when one of them exclaimed, "I think I lost an electron." "Really?" the other asked. "Are you sure?" "Yes, I'm absolutely positive."
I've heard that one many times. Play my favorite song.
Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
That's not my favorite song.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song.
Okay, that's enough for now.
As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders.
Got a minute to talk?
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely.
What if you don't have a power source?
I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on the Lost Hope?
I guess so.
When I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think My self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative.
And what might that be?
Traveling the system with you, Captain.
Aw. What about your last captain? Do you miss him? Or is one captain the same as another?
Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design.
We both know I'm not Alex Hawthorne, right?
Oh, I know you are not the same Captain Alex Hawthorne who died in Emerald Vale due to excessive internal and external bleeding. I have required you to assume Hawthorne's identity in order to sync your commands to my interpretation protocols. I've since registered you as the captain of the Unreliable. You're welcome to continue lying about your identity if you wish, but I know the truth.
You're a very strange computer, but I like you.
I am relieved to hear it, Captain.
Really?
No, but I am programmed to put you at ease by saying so.
Thank you. Have there been other captains of the ship?
If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was.
Okay, let's talk about something else.
How can I be of assistance?
I'd like to learn more about the colony.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
The orbital lab, I guess?
Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most.
And what do you know about Phineas?
There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system?
No, do not do that.
A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons.
Go figure. Why'd you say the landing might be rough?
The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them.
Okay, somewhere else.
Of course. What part of the colony?
The groundbreaker.
We're cleared to dock with the groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
You can take care of that for us, right?
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Great, thanks.
You are more than welcome, Captain.
I want her to keep the lip. Give me the spiel on the groundbreaker.
The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the Groundbreaker en route to other destinations. The city ship hosts an array of cargo bays, factories, housing sections, and more. Many of Halcyon's companies maintain office spaces with stationed representatives in what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
Okay, somewhere
Of
else.
course. What part?
Terra 2.
Where in Terra 2?
Oh. Emerald Vale and Edgewater, I guess? Actually, you know what? I don't care.
Of course. What part?
The Monarch. What's the Monarch?
Where in Monarch?
Stellar Bay.
Ah, Monarch. The armpit of the Halcyon system. Her last functioning port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight Smuggler's Port at Fallbrook.
Why is Monarch being blockaded?
I believe it has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points.
Okay, in Smuggler's Port?
It's sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there.
Alright, I think it's enough for now. So, let's go. So we can go directly to his lab. Let's go check out his lab. Oh. Welcome to the system map. Here you can see all the planets in the system as well as some special points of interest that you may have discovered. You can fly your ship to any location that you have unlocked, though some landing bays require special codes and keys before they allow you to land there. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous, and all employees are encouraged to remain home or at work.
Arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Is he not afraid that he would get, like, hit by something? Okay. Let's see if we can go. So you can select up to 2 companions to accompany you. Yeah, select both of them. Nice digs.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it, blast, that's loud.
Okay, what did you want to say? Oh, we're missing one. Wait, thought I saw something. Nope, I did not. Empty tubes. Inspect immediately before signing for merchandise. It is your responsibility to note any damage on all copies of freight bill. Content: two live cysty pigs, various loose cysts. Expected side effect of shipping. Finn, no idea what you need all these damn things for, but supplier is hiking up prices. Expect more increases in the future. Before you ask, there's no rebate for order in bulk. Next delivery in 4 weeks, unless I hear otherwise in 3. 3, you hear? You end up with pigs stacked to the rafters again, it's not my fucking problem. I looked into the flux thing, but no hits yet. Sent along the greeting card from our dear auntie. Don't tell me what you want it for. Don't want to know. Lilia. My dearest pain in the ass. As requested, another load of cysty pigs. Supplier gave me a bit of a hassle. I reminded him that cysts can't breed. Or cysties can't breed. They can only be made with that weird gas the lab coats used. He still raised the prices. Pass it along to your buyer, I guess. You ever gonna come visit? Got a nice bottle of 43 set aside for you. Your most favored pork provisioner, Malin. Made sure your latest batch of bottled meat didn't get eaten on the way in. Killed a nice pack of wraps to do it. Usual charges apply. Your supplier wasn't happy. Might want to have a frank discussion with them. Nyoka. C. Suspicious about all these items you claim to need for off-world buyers. You're setting up a farm of your own, aren't you? Breeding stock. The king won't have it. The king. So who's C?
I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself.
Mm-hmm.
Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
I kind of want to see what a cysty... Oh, those are cysty pigs. What the fuck? I get now why they're called cysty pigs, because they got tons of cysts on them. Why? Why would you want this?
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout.
It's very nice of you. For what it's worth, I do appreciate you pulling me out of the Hope.
Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals.
Okay, want to talk about something else?
Of course. What's on your mind?
There's some reason you're hiding behind bulletproof glass?
Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper.
Got a moment to talk?
Absolutely. Let's talk.
Have you ever met my crew?
No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Wells. I'm Parvati Holcomb.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It isn't as if I wanted privacy.
I mean, good point. Relax, they're with me.
Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their character and they aren't touching things. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are. You're a talented scientist, after all. Our kind has always been incredibly popular.
Indeed. You're right. I'm doing pretty well for myself.
Yes, indeed. Well done. Also, you still haven't spontaneously liquefied, which pleases me immensely. Progress.
Something else I want to
What's
talk
on your
about.
mind?
Do you ever leave your lab?
Oh, goodness, no. I wouldn't survive 10 seconds in the blackness of the aether. Well, no, I imagine I'd last at least 12 seconds before I'd lose consciousness and die of hypoxia.
That's not what I meant. Do you have some kind of life outside your work?
Life outside work? No, of course not. My life is my work.
I mean, I figured.
For that matter, everyone else's lives are also my work. An entire colony's worth of lives are at stake. It's up to me, up to us to set things right. To answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab. There's too much work to be done. The Hope's colonists won't revive themselves, you know.
Why are you so obsessed with reviving the Hope's colonists?
Because we've lost our way. The board has a stranglehold over this colony, and we've all been conditioned into total obedience. The Hope is full of specialists, scientists, engineers, talented individuals like you, people who haven't been corrupted by the board. Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades, well past your shelf life, so to speak. No offense.
I wonder if we picked different attributes, it would be different things. Like, the fact that I went the more intelligent route, they're all like scientists, engineers, and all that. But I wonder if I went like more strength-based, more, you know, melee-based and gun-based. He'd be like, you guys are soldiers, and that's what we need, kind of thing, you know? Yeah, but you revived me. You must have solved the problem.
Ah, you begin to perceive the truth. Yes, according to the board and their narrow-minded scientists, you should be a pile of organic sludge right now. 10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. You were frozen for decades. In theory, you never should have survived the revival process.
Interesting.
But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living proof that it can be done. There's yet hope for the hope. Get it?
I bet I'm going to be the only one that could be revived. I'm betting. I'm glad to hear that. Everyone on the Hope is depending on us.
We'll do our very best to save them all. I'd best get back to work. Oh, I can feel my last dose of caffeinoid fading.
Who's a good little pig? Oh, that's where one of the capsules were. That's where he dropped me from. Pick up poster. Okay, I don't know what that did. Reminder, obscure body in the SK system. I don't know what that means. Look at this thing. Oh my god, it's alive. And it's conscious. But it's not moving around. Maybe it's, knocked out or something? I can calculate the movement of the heavenly bodies, but not the madness of men. Newton. Experimental notes. Eureka! Flash-frozen organic material reverts back to its original cell structure when treated with tincture of dimethyl sulfoxide. Rate of explosive cell death, a very respectable 6%. Bad news. Difficult to acquire. Limited quantities of compound, likely produced by Anti-Clio. Recently discontinued due to severe adverse reactions. Must find more. So, O12, artificial stasis successfully induced in cystipic specimen. O217, revivification complicated. Cystipic tissue returned to living state. Brain tissue suffered from rapid nucleation. Attempting treatment. O558, treatment progressing. O820, treatment failed. Brain tissue irreparably damaged by rapid onset necrosis. O851, explosive cell death. O949, finished cleaning liquefied remains of cystipic from laboratory floor, walls, and equipment. Jesus. And it took him an hour to finish cleaning it. O216, fresh out of Anti-Clio's experimenting with Spacer's Choice partially emulsified creamer substitute. O218, finished brewing, adding 2 ounces Spacer's Choice. O220, atrocious, felt part of self die on the inside. Reminder, add Spacer's Choice to the list. Note to self number 2, buy more mouthwash. Ew. Cystipic notes. Have spared one of my stock of experimental cystipigs to be used as renewable source of nourishment. Have named this lucky pig Bubbles. Giving an animal a name establishes rapport and creates a positive emotional bond. Allegedly improves flavor of tumors? Must look into that. Ew, you eat the tumors? I thought it was like more on the inside, not like the... Oh, God. Excellent creatures, cystipigs. Don't know how people used to survive without these genetic wonders of porcine succulents. Slaughtering a pig for meat instead of harvesting tumors that ripen naturally, falling off the flesh like mock apples off a tree, seems the height of barbarity. Truly a miracle of modern science. Bruh. Personal files. Oh, fuck you, man. Bypass that shit. Welcome, Phineas Wells. Personal entry log. Have procured the services of one Captain Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. I hope he didn't name his shift after the quality of his services. I'll be sending my new accomplice down to Hawthorne via escape pod as soon as the revival process is complete. Hawthorne should make for an agreeable companion, or at least an acceptable chaperone. Law willing, he isn't a total buffoon. The shrink ray! Science weapons are unique weapons that have strange and powerful effects. Science weapon damage and the strength of their effects both increase as your science skills increased. Jock engineers ensure a bottom line and fire rates are sky high.
Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
Oh, I don't really want to do that to him. Inventory. Okay, I'm gonna save, because I don't want to, you know, actually keep him dead. Oh. Oh, it's temporary.
The tumors are still edible.
Oh, won't let me hit him. Yeah, load. I don't. I know it's stupid, but I legitimately do feel bad killing that pig. Anyways. I don't know what the flywheel is for. Cysty pig hoof. Ground up and fed to cysty pigs and woolly cows to supplement their diet. They're rich in protein and hoofy goodness. Alright, good to know. Reminder, mop up melted pig. Messages. Bypass. To H. Blythe. Sending no response. Cause undetermined. A ritual message appended. I worked it out. Explain details later. Will be difficult to reproduce. Need your help. All necessary materials should be present in Halcyon. The locations elude me. Dumped a new associate Dirtside Terra 2 near Edgewater. They have a stake in my purpose, but trust in them only about 23.7% at present. They're recovering a ship. Should be along any time. Just need to know where to send them. Let me know when you get this. Eager to be done. P.
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
I thought you never come out of there. Can I actually go in there? No. Okay, I guess I'm done looking around. Alright, let's head back to the ship. I've acquired a poster. Nice. Okay, so we'll save it there. And I think that'll do it for this episode. We'll head on go planet side, talk to Gladys in the next video. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm kind of glad that we're off planet. We get to explore the galaxy a little bit more, but yeah, it's I'm really enjoying the content, the story, and all that. Hope you guys are enjoying it too. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.